ki bližina vse nas. Albert Einstein je nekoč dejal, ne vem, kako bo izgledala tretja svetovna vojna, vem, da bo četrta spremenjen. Tretja svetovna vojna se je že začela v cyberspaceu, v tako imenovanem virtualnem svetu. Imen in obrazov ne poznamo, vemo pa, da imamo točno določene cilje in v teh so vedno bolj pretkani. Vsak dan poslušamo o dogodkih, o vdorih v sisteme, o škodljivi škodi in o težavah, ki jih imajo uporabniki, kraj informacijskih tehnologij, gest in zlorab bančnih sistemov. Poslanstvo podjetja RiSK je zaščita informacijskih sistemov. Naj bo to poslanstvo naše in vaše v borbi proti spletnemu kriminalu. Zaščitimo se naprej in bodimo korak pred internetnimi grožnjami. Kamni pa naj bodo v prenešenem pomenu besede orožje, s katerimi bomo premagali in dobili to vojno. Hvala, da ste prišli na današnjo konferenco. S tem uradno odpiram RiSK 2007. Uživate v predavanjih. Izvolite.
Tam, kjer piše alien, mora pisati vaše ime. Ko vam to uspe, pridete do mene, jaz sem to naredil in se lahko peljete domov, tisti z Ljubljane upam, da ne bo težja. Vsi ostali lahko kolo pustite pri nas in čim kasneje pridete po njega. Še mogoče ena beseda o sami organizaciji, se pravi, kako bodo potekali dogodki. Pripričan sem, da se vsi sprašujete, kje so obljubljene jakne in vse ostalo. Zaradi prostorskih omejitev te dvorane smo se odločili, da vam bomo jakne podelili proti koncu, oziroma, če bi to želel, ni problema, se oglasi pri receptorkah, bo jakne dobil. Nič nismo pozabili, nič ne skrivamo. Mislim, da je, kar se tiče hackinga, jasno. Več informacij ne bomo dajali, to je strežnik. Ugotovite, kakšen, zakaj, kako, lahko uporabite vse namene, razen ne ga uničiti, prosim. Če vklopite svoj računalnik, na ta IP ne velja, ta računalnik, ta web stran mora biti spremenjena. In to je to. Organizacija je sigurno odvisna od svojega IT oddelka, pa čeprav marsikatera organizacija tega nekako odloča, kako močno so odvisne od samega IT. Naj poskusijo sklopiti se strežnike, pa da vidimo, kako bo potekala proizvodnja, makar v proizvodnih halah, ki se ukvarjajo čisto nekim drugim. Ki vedno več informacij, z vedno več informacijami pritiska na nas, se pravi državljane, oziroma na podjetja, organizacije, tudi preko organizacije ENISA, ki skrbi za osveščenost evropskih državljanov na področju elektronske varnosti, se ne nazadnje pomeni zloraba informacij, lahko tudi kaj več, kot samo izguba denarja. Dodatno bodo naraščali, bom tukaj rekel, pritiski, da dokazni, pri nas mislim, da še nismo tako daleč. In pa navadno je problem ta, da je IT sektor, ali to ena oseba, ali 2, ali 3, ali 15, ni važno, ali to celo helpdesk, je nekako priselo, so to osebe, ki, ne vem, delajo v kadrovski službi, pa se mogoče spoznajo na računalnike, mogoče delajo na helpdesku, pa imajo nekaj izkušenj z sestavljanjem računalnikov. Elektronske varnosti govorimo seveda o menedžerju, ne o samem tehniku, izvajalcu, je to, da je potrebno široko znanje. Poznati morate vsa področja. Zaradi tega je ta ubog menedžer prepuščen nemilosti 3 različnim frontam, ki ga nič kaj lepo ne negujejo v samem podjetju oziroma organizaciji. Vsekakor mu sledi malo pozornosti strani uprave. To podjetju naenkrat bo dobil veliko pozornosti. Od uprave, od zaposlenih, od vseh naenkrat. In takrat se bo temu ubogemu človeku navadno po domače odpeljava in bo rekel, vsega imam dovolj, hvala lepa, grem delati na tržnico, prodajati jabke, bilo kaj, ne zanima več IT. Zaradi tega, z strani uprave, dobimo še tretjo puščico naše bad guye, ki pač z vsemi temi resursi, ki so na razpolago, z veseljem pomagajo odkrivati luknje v njegovem sistemu, nažalost brez njegove vednosti. In včasih ima človek dovolj. Zaradi tega, s pomočjo skill cardov, ne vem, če poznate, glavno Evropska unija zahteva, da so vsa šolanja sestavljena iz skill cardov, ki definirajo področja in tako dalje. In zaradi tega, ker je publika tako široka, pomeni od sistemskih administratorjev do, ne vem, zadnje direktorjev, vodilnih do podjetij, izdanje v skladu z EQN-om, European Certificates Association, je združenje, katerega so ustanovni članski tudi RiSK Security, kar pomeni, da bodo ti certifikati imeli neko težo v skladu z evropskimi regulativami, kot sem omenil, ne pa samo pač. Je sestavljen iz teh skill unit. Management and policy, system administration in pa network security. Zakaj v tem redu sledo? Brez managementa in same politike. Managementa in politike bomo imeli naslednje module, management awareness, varnostna politika, izobraževanje ljudi, osebna varnost, nacionalni standardi, content filtri, nadgradnje, avtorizacija, autentikacija, high availability, se pravi clustering, izdelovanje intranet, spletne strani in vse ostalo. V network security pa samo dve veliki grupi, požarne. Nekako, zakaj smo zbrali te module, rečemo, da je temat.
To ste iz podjetja IBM ISS. Jean-Pierre, please.
All I understood was we don't need no education, we don't need no stress control, which I like. And I figured that your phone rings too often, because this is, for those of you who don't know it, when his phone rings, the Pink Floyd start. So he absolutely has that on a daily basis. So good morning. I will be here, thank you for inviting us to present here. I will be talking the last several months in security. The research group who is really the backbone of all the security content wasn't mine. Okay. All the security content that is part of ISS's product and get up to $50,000 for vulnerability. But the exploitations as well are for sale. And an exploitation that is 3 days, it's to have an exploit for it. It's crucial because you can actually break in most of the systems. Automated patching is maybe nice at home, unless and as I said, it becomes a commercial business. People make money out of this. Okay. Return on investment for hackers. Obfuscation. We are seeing more and more the trend of the avoiding this kind of system to send out mails. They're ready. They are constantly connected to the internet because they need to download MP3s and movies. Doesn't they want to be you per se? Maybe they might like, but it's because I then do this. The credit card company gives you the money back, and you're happy. You're not going to go to the police. And there's not going to be any prosecution. So these guys stole $20 from 60 million people. You do the math, you do it once, and you're not going to do it again. I go and buy an island and I'm off. Okay? So it's not the big stealing that is the point, it's the point stealing, the small numbers. Okay? So enough Macintosh around there. We know how many vulnerability on OS 6 there are. Okay? So, and we have seen how many patches came out. As soon as the community in Macintosh is large enough, hackers will quick time the JPEG, the renderings. So at the end, what comes out is that no matter which browser you use, if the plugin is vulnerable, Web 2.0 is a huge thing. You know, people could have this kind of unfunded trust into a MySpace, into YouTube, trust into videos that have been posted by absolutely anybody. we have no guarantees whatsoever that those videos are safe. Different bit encoding, true. Oh, but it's different quality, true. Have you ever tried to verify, if it is exactly matching, or behind that MP3 that says it's 128 bits, it's actually 64-bit, and there is a corporate trend to try to use less hardware using virtual systems, but the virtualization layer is also a layer that can be hacked into. So over and above all the machines that are running, that are the normal victims, now you can actually attack the server itself. So you have yet another layer, mobile phones, voice over IP, heap spraying being a new technology. There are certain software anytime soon. And if you want to protect those vulnerabilities against the past, because the signature we have to create something like 10,000 signatures, which is something that is, beside the effort from the vendor point of view, is also an enormous cost from the owner point of view, because you need to update your security. Covering the threat space, that is crucial. It's not about the numbers per se. Network, it can be 20 times the same tool in 20 different physical locations, but if you do only network protection, you will not succeed. If you
describe the MS Blaster war. So you got an email presenting from Wikipedia with a more or less correct entry, with an entry excerpt from the Trend Microbiology Encyclopedia telling you, well, there is a new war on the road. If you want to be protected, download that patch. And I think you guessed it, that patch was nothing else than a Trojan for the war. So basically the patch against the MS Blaster war was nothing. No chance that everyone discovered, well, there is something wrong around. So, free Christmas present. Let's try to get away from all those bad news. Let's talk about something we all love. Let's talk about travel. The travel policy for our company. So what are you doing normally? I can give an example. The first thing I do when I have a task and no clue how to do it, I don't trust anymore in travel policies. You trust me at all. So what can we trust? We want to pay 4 times or 5 times the regular room rate. Then you might have the chance to get a room. So in general, let's talk about movies. I mean, with all that bad stuff, at least movies should be the last good thing on earth. Sorry, you're wrong. You go to these video sites on the internet, and they offer you, well, you get that brand new movie which was just found in the children's theater 2 weeks ago. All that is from these video sites do include a codec, which is not a real codec at all, but which is nothing else than a record melody. And the interesting thing is that a codec, they searches for a codec for the movie, finds that specific codec, opens it up, and that's it. Which is called Where the Roads Have No Name, and somehow that's it to Where the Bots Have No Name, to give you an overview about what, for instance, can be done with such an infected PC. One thing which can be done a day. Just have that number in mind. 3.2 billion sent emails a day, just from the first 2 networks in that list. And of course, number 1 is sending spam. Oh, that's just a spam bot, isn't it? Interestingly enough, let's talk about image spam. Image spam is let's say, the last big thing how these spammers try to avoid detection. So you're getting mails that do like, the password during that time was worms. Infections by worms. Infection during that time. But if you take a look at how the number of worms increased over the years, but basically all about money. Those guys want to gain money out of their hacking attempts. So this will be our direction to come up with a countermeasure for these attacks. We need to specifically, and IT is in general, we were very reactive. We wait until something happens, and if something happens, we cannot believe. Why is it so important? Let's take a look at how a typical infection works. We have several steps. This may be with user intervention. For instance, that President Bush is dead one, but what the user had to click on that phishing email. So you might click on that link, and if your content solution might lead that mail through because, well, the mail itself doesn't contain anything malicious, unknown, or something which should make the content suspicious. Maybe except for that link.
Oh man, is that cool?
pod. Mirko?
Yes, as Renata said, my name is Mirko Schneider. Very fast gateway email solution, messaging solution. And because the idea was probably very good, they got a lot of money from investors, founded the company, and today we run with around 500 employees worldwide in different offices. I'm based in Munich. Munich is the office for Central and Eastern Europe. With real security, we are working now 1 year. I think we started last year at RiSK. And well, the business with real security is fast growing, as our portfolio is fast growing. So when we did 70 million in 2005, last year we did already $125 million in revenue. And well, because we are that fast developing, that fast growing, because we have, well, the good news for our customers is that we now got the recognition, the backing of Cisco for that what we do. The good thing for our last few years, since 2000, we became definitely a leader in the email security space. So we got a lot of huge worldwide customers, a lot of big worldwide companies that use our technology, and which technology we can give even to smaller customers. Well, and we are successful in Slovenia. So I will later talk a bit more about that, but Petrol became one of our who is leading, who is not leading. And the small leading group, our board belongs to them. What will he
To je pa dobro.
Onda idemo. Tako da, mislim da bi moglo biti nešto tako da on neki razgovorak kako ide. Vi ste ga vidjeli? Možda da bude pitanje porezne. Okej.
Okay. Hello everybody. Everybody's tired. My name is Alexander. Before I start the presentation, I would like to show you an example. We use it very carefully. So we try to monitor the traffic on the gateway at the customer side. And yesterday I was at one of my. That's why I'm allowed to show some results. This is generally not a bad picture. This is generally a picture with protection systems, but the view at the end is always the same. So we can see there are some